Special needs children have the right to education, but also the right to a safe environment.
A Fargo teacher accused of hitting a special needs student is back under scrutiny.
In this exclusive report, Valley News Team's Joshua Pagero has details on what's unfolded surrounding the elementary teacher.
Fargo Public Schools investigated the teacher at Centennial Elementary last month. We're not naming her because charges have never been filed. The initial investigation took a little more than a week and ended with the teacher being exonerated. In an about-face, the school district is taking a second look at the allegations that this first-year teacher hit the special needs student. The district says the Human Resources Director is reviewing information in the original complaint and conducting additional interviews. Fargo Public Schools tells us what prompted them to take another look into this investigation were concerns that the parents brought to the school district after reading the original complaint. From an open records request submitted by Valley News Live, we found an email from the staff member who witnessed the incident, who states this was not the first time the teacher was physical with the 5-year-old student and at one point grabbed the child between the neck and chin.
Doesn't surprise me when I hear that it's been reported that children have been hit or slapped in school.
The North Dakota Protection and Advocacy Project investigates allegations of teacher abuse. The organization says parents can call Child Protective Services or them if they have a problem.
But our role is to be the advocate for the student and to work collaboratively with the team and also to make sure their rights are being adhered to.
Fargo schools declined speaking on camera or commenting on the case, saying it was part of their ongoing investigation. In Fargo, Joshua Pagero, Valley News Live.
Fargo police are also investigating and say it has forwarded its findings to the state's attorney, who will determine if criminal charges are filed.
The temp didn't matter today. It was the wind chill that we all had to battle. Will it continue to be a problem tonight? Hutch has the answer in your No Wait weather planner. Hutch?
Indeed, it will, Andrea. As we head into the evening hours, some Arctic air is punching its way back into the valley. This will be the coldest night of the upcoming several days, though. So that's the good news. First and foremost, cold front pushing down from the Arctic north. Temperatures already plummeting. In Grand Forks, it's 12 below, 9 below Roseau. Thief River Falls, no picnic there either at 9 below zero. Factor in those winds that you spoke of, Andrea, and it feels like 20 to 30 below. And it's getting colder still as we head into the evening. Temperatures in Fargo will drop into the teens below by the time we get to midnight to 1 a.m. And then as we head towards morning, we have warmer weather to talk about. But first and foremost, we have to get through the Arctic chill. Details on the warm-up that's ahead. It's going to come with a few growing pains, some flakes, some wind, and some cool, but certainly better than these numbers that you see on the screen behind me. I'll have those details in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
One person's in jail and authorities are asking for help locating a second person of interest after a robbery last night in Beltrami County. It happened at Lakes Market Convenience Store. While they aren't identifying the adult male arrested, they are looking for 19-year-old Carlito Kingbird of Bemidji. The two are also linked to 2 stolen vehicles. One was used in the robbery, the other in the attempted getaway. If you have any information, call the Beltrami County Sheriff's Office. The phone number is there on your screen, 218-333-9111, option 2. We now know the name of the man killed yesterday afternoon in a crash in North Fargo involving a semi. Police say 58-year-old Hassan Sharif Ali of West Fargo was seriously injured in the crash in the 1100 block of 45th Street North. He was taken to a local hospital where he died from his injuries. Authorities are not releasing further information at this time.
Bemidji police are asking for your help finding this person of interest in an ongoing investigation. If you have any information about her, call Officer Kerrigan at 218-333-8309 and reference photo 423.
Some neighbors in West Fargo say they're concerned over 2 different development projects that are in the works. The first sits on 52nd Avenue South and 9th Street, slotted as a high-end 55 and older community. The other, a possible commercial retail spot on Cheyenne Street and 47th Avenue.
I don't think there's any person in this entire neighborhood, world, city, Fargo, that would want a commercial development right on your property.
To be frank, I think if these developments do go through in the next year or two, you're going to see citizens like me and my family move back to the Twin Cities because the cost versus reward just isn't there.
Both plans are just proposals at this point. They are expected to come up at the next West Fargo Planning and Zoning Commission meeting, slated for Tuesday, January 14th.
You have one more day to enroll for health care under the Affordable Care Act. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services extended the deadline to Wednesday after weeks of low enrollment. Some people also had difficulty logging into healthcare.gov during what were supposed to be the final hours of open enrollment Sunday.
How much research do you put into picking out the perfect smart toy for your kid? The Better Business Bureau is urging parents to check out the connected games and toys that they buy for their children. With some toys, privacy is not included. Most information you need cannot be found on the box. Do a quick internet search and read online reviews. Always make sure that you use a secure connection and never assume that privacy settings are set by default. Always double check. For more information, go to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story.
Today was distribution day for Toys for Tots at the Salem Evangelical Free Church East Campus in Moorhead. Among the many items, there were toys and gifts for children and also gifts for adults.
They're going to be very excited to see a Christmas present underneath the tree. I started raising my grandkids like a couple of years ago, and this is the first year I've actually been struggling, so it means a lot that they can actually get a present this year.
Today was the first of 2 days for gift giveaways. It continues at 9 tomorrow morning and until 3 in the afternoon.
Border States is starting this holiday season with a week of festivities, and that includes a collection drive for the emergency food pantry. 5 teams from the corporate office took part in a construction competition. Each team worked to create works of art from non-perishable food items, which will later be donated to the emergency food pantry. They expect to gather and donate over 7,000 items.
You have to have the right colors in the right spots and the right amount of product in the right spots to make it all look good. To be able to put this together and then know in the end it's going to a great cause, that's really what it's all about.
Works of art range from Christmas lights to Snoopy's doghouse.
A Lake Park Audubon teenager had his hands extra full today. The 14-year-old raised over $13,000 to feed some of his classmates. In 2016, Sam Beschi raised enough money to feed one family. 3 years later, and he's able to feed 50. Sam's dad says his son took the bull by the horns this year by making phone calls and reaching out on social media. He and his family went to local organizations to pick up supplies. Sam's goal was to raise $7,500. He almost doubled that this year.
I got a card last year, and they said it made their Christmas. That's the best thing that they received all Christmas.
And there is still time to give. If you're interested in Sam's Meals for Many, head to our website for free, valleynewslive.com.
By now, you should know that the Bison football team is at home this Saturday playing the Montana State Bobcats for a trip to the FCS Championship in Frisco, Texas. That game starts at 1, live from the Fargo Dome. You can watch it on ESPN2. I'd sure like to see you out tailgating before the game, but if you can't make it, that's okay. Tune in to the Farmers Union Insurance Bison football pregame show. It starts at noon on KVLY. And then at 10:30 Sunday morning, you can catch the Coaches Show with Matt Ince on KX4.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, North Dakota tribes want to make sure they have a say if North Dakota moves forward with recreational marijuana.
Temperatures just after midnight last night were in the 20s, both in Fargo and Grand Forks. Grand Forks, you could be 40 degrees colder than this in just a few short hours. Arctic air is heading our way. I'll have hour-by-hour details in your forecast coming up right after this.
You're watching Valley